It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's Maddest Writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1676, recorded Tuesday, May 22nd, 2018. Bark, Bath, and Beyond. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have 3 great gadgets from the Great Finds Product Expo. I continue with my DIY month, and this gadget isn't quite complete, and a gadget warehouse from Dickie D himself. All next on the Giz Wiz.
It's the same old show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
And here he is, the expert you call when it's your last resort, Dick DeBartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing fine, sir. And you?
I'm doing great myself. We are recording a little bit early because next week I'll be gone. So we're recording this a little bit early. We have another one next week. If you're watching the live show now, that's at the normal recording time. So we'll see.
This Thursday at the normal recording time.
Sorry, this week, not next week. And I also just finished a Minecraft convention this weekend that my mom actually came out to see and help with the booth and stuff like that. So that was awesome because I don't normally have my mom at these events. So OMG Mom was helping me and got to see, a side of the business that like nobody ever gets to see. You don't get to see the convention aspect of it. You just see the videos online. So that was a ton of fun, and that just happened. So that was great. That was really great.
Wow.
Cool.
Should we jump into this?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's a new show in the city called Great Finds Product Expo. It was the first week of May here in New York City. And we have a photograph here of the first thing I found right inside the front door of the expo. And it is the bark bath.
Get out of here.
New from Bissell. Now, tell me when you look at that. When you look at that photo, doesn't it look like they shampooed the front of the dog and the rear of the dog and left the center of the dog?
Something's not quite like the rest.
Yes, exactly. I have an idea that this comes in 3 pieces, and somehow the middle piece was not color coordinated. Anyway.
This is Bissell, the company that's known for cleaning your carpets, now cleaning your pets.
Yes, exactly. So it's called Bark Bath, and they didn't demonstrate it there because I don't know why. But she said, here's a link to a video that'll show you a guy doing it. And I don't think Charlie could tolerate this. So you tell me what you think about your Charlie. Would he stand for this? And the chat room can jump in with how they think their dog. It's clever. It's a way to wash your dog, not in the sink, not in the tub, but just on the floor anywhere in your house. So this is how it works.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dave Hache, and for over a decade, the pet bathing stores that I founded have bathed over 75,000 dogs using the same technique that inspired the Bissell Bark Bath. So now I'm going to go through the simple steps involved in bathing your dog with the Bark Bath so that you and your dog can have the best experience possible. Start off by placing the microfiber mat on the floor where you're going to bathe your dog.
It's a tiny dog.
Then put your primed bark bath on top of the mat. Next, lay down a mat or towel for your dog. Now plug in the unit and press the power switch to the on position. Set the rinse shampoo switch
now,
to
at this point, Charlie's out of the room.
Too much noise.
When your dog is on top of the mat or towel, test the water to be sure it's warm. Then hold the spray nozzle directly on the coat, and while pressing and holding down the trigger, gently stroke downwards following the natural fall of your dog's coat. For optimal cleaning, keep the nozzle flat on the skin. Then, by releasing the spray trigger, use drying strokes to suction up any moisture and continue as needed.
That is a very patient dog.
Yes.
The Bissell Bark Bath is ideal for bathing your entire dog.
The dog
even
is
those
saying,
hard-to-reach
"Well, I'm
areas."
getting 500 bones for this."
You can spray some solution on the included microfiber towel and hand clean delicate areas such as your dog's face. Let your clean dog air dry or towel dry as needed. For best results, use our fur gadget brush to remove unwanted loose hair from the coat.
Good boy. Okay.
And now there's enough to make another dog.
Yeah, I don't, maybe my Charlie, maybe. Like, I would have to make sure that I had a good 20 minutes of that thing on, and Charlie was sniffing it and making sure that he was totally okay with it, and then maybe.
Yes. Well, it's very interesting because on the same website is another video called "How to Use Bark Bath with a Squeamish or a Anxiety Provoked Dog," and he goes through it where using that same dog. Like one day he just put the mats down and left them there. And then the next day he put the vacuum down there and left it there. And then the third day he just turned the vacuum on and gave the dog a snack while he was
For noise sensitive or anxious dogs.
Exactly. And then after like 3 or 4 days, you see here he is playing with the dog, letting the dog sniff around everything, giving the dog some treats. So, I mean, I like the idea of being able to bathe your dog with no big mess, but I think getting the dog to like it. So it's $150, except I was moving around the web today and I got an email from Chewy saying, "Hey, we're selling the new doggy bath for $99, $99.99. So it's a 30% off, and I don't know how long that sale is going to be on. So it's $50 saving, and then also, go ahead.
I guess my question is it does it just so it suctions up the water as well as applying the water?
Exactly.
So, okay.
In other words, there's 2 different sections of the water tank. Mm-hmm. So you put all the water in. I think it's a gallon, but I'm not sure. Let me just look here. It doesn't say how much water, but it says there's enough water in the unit to wash even an 80-pound dog.
Oh, wow.
And then when you're done, all the dirty water's in the other side of the machine. Also, if you have certain Bissell vacuums, you can buy just that attachment. And that's $69, and I think it was $59 or $55 over at Chewy. So if you have an interest in this, you could check out the Chewy website or the Bissell website. All these links are on gizwiz.biz. And if you have the correct Bissell vacuum cleaner, you could do it for like $50 or $60. Buy a Bark Bath portable dog bath.
Interesting. Does it warm the water, or was that just like
no? The water, because I remember him saying do make sure that the water is not too hot. So I'm assuming that you put the water in at the temperature that you think your dog likes.
Okay, perfect. Interesting.
Yeah, so I wish Charlie would like it because I would like to be able to bathe. It costs $100 in the city to have a dog groomed.
Yeah.
Yes. Have you ever done it with Charlie?
So there's 2. One, I've gone in and I've done it myself, where you can like rent a tub in a facility that has everything like really easy. It's at your height, so you can, and it's dog sized, and they take care of the hair and all that, and that costs like about $10-15.
Oh my gosh, that's great!
Yeah. There's a Petco actually right next to me that allows that, and then the other thing is the current place that I board Charlie has a feature that when you get the dog back, he's washed. So, and I travel so much that it tends to be
you have the cleanest dog in town.
Exactly, at least once a month. He's gotten his bath. from them. And then if none of that is available, there's a stand-up shower in my house, and so I close the door and just get him in the shower and scrub him down there, and he tends to be fine with that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I tend to do. But the shower gets him just soaked. I mean, totally soaked. It takes him like a day to dry out, even after toweling him down and and trying my best there. And because that's such a process, I probably don't do it as much as I would even like, because I start to smell that dog smell and go, oh, I guess I have to give you a shower again. Ugh. So something that's convenient that I could just kind of keep in a drawer, pull out real quick, wash them down in 20 minutes, that would help tremendously. That would just be such a good reason to have that product.
Yeah. I would like it too. Well, it's only so small you might get sucked up into the vacuum.
Exactly.
He's only 12 pounds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
after you wash him, he'll be 9 pounds.
That's right. Okay, so that's Bark Bath, or is it Bath Bark? I even forgot already.
Bark Bath.
Okay, and that's they're shipping that now. Also at this event, there was a gentleman that I met years ago. He remembered, I'd forgotten. About 6 years ago, he invented something called, do you know Mighty Mug? Does that ring a bell?
Mighty Mug. Is that the mug? Well, it sounds very, very familiar. Is that the mug that doesn't tip over?
Yes.
Okay,
we're going to we'll run a little bit of video from, I think it's 7 years ago. We'll just run the first minute of this to remind you what Mighty Mug was that Harry Zimmerman invented.
We're told a man's man is trying to end the Giz Wiz. You ever sitting at your desk or at a table and you talk and you accidentally soup and coffee? Oh, you just being Italian, just go, oh, there should be a solution for that. Well, there is. This is it. It's called Mighty Mug. Okay, and I think their slogan is, I read it on their website, it stands up to falling down is their slogan. So this is Mighty Mug. So you put it down there, and then you're talking and you go, Yes, it's crazy glued to the table. No. So this is neat. So now, pick it up. Put it down and, hey, Marty, hey.
Okay, we can go out there. So that's pretty neat,
I have
isn't
seen
it?
these.
Yeah, so he's very clever. So he invented something new, and he was at the show, and this is our video.
Here we go.
Hey, Diggy D's, so we are here.
That's me. Here you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, Harry looks so like you.
Writer and the Giz Wiz. One take that here at gizwiz.tv at the new product show. And we're over here at Brush Up, okay? So Brush Up, Harry, the guy invented the Mighty Mug. Remember the mug you could hit it and it wouldn't fall off? He's invented toothbrushes that you hit them, they will not fall off. Oh my goodness, wait a minute, I did it again. Now I'm gonna show you. You'll notice they all landed head up. I'm gonna drop this one now that you know what we're looking for, okay? But so this is a great idea. You know, whenever you drop a toothbrush, it's always face down. I'm gonna show you something else here on the table is that if it rolls over, it's designed, look at, the brush is not, you see the shadow? The brush is not touching the table, okay? So if you're like me, you brush your teeth twice a year, okay. This is a great idea, and we're gonna find out from the inventor more about it. So Harry, how are you selling these?
So we're going to sell it through the Brush Up Club. It's the only way you're going to be able to get it. $20 a year. The American Dental Association recommends that you change your brush every 3 months, so we're going to follow them. $20 a year every 3 months. You get a knock on your door, you get a new toothbrush, you throw the old one out, and
Can they ring the bell if they don't? If I don't have a door with that you can knock on?
I'm sure they'll ring the bell.
Okay. So you get 4 brushes for $20.
$20.
Okay, I think this is a great idea. Is the club up and running now?
The club is going to start running in about 2 weeks. We're going up. We have a video. That's the video that we have. That's going to be a launch video. And so far, the pre-demand is incredible. We scored. They did a arm's length survey on it. They expected to have about a score of what they call a 15. We scored a 77. Every person that tested with the brush said they won't go back to an old brush.
Wow. 77. My IQ is almost that. This is a great idea. So it's brushupclub.com. And we're recording this the first week of May. So probably in June, you'll be up and around about June. You can start ordering Brush Up Club. I think this is a great idea.
Okay, interesting. They're kind of going the, it looks like Dollar Shave Club route.
Yes, that is exactly right. So Harry's an engineer, and it's a balancing thing. And I said, what about if there's toothpaste on it? He said, it will still right itself, except if there's a lot of toothpaste on it and it drops face down, the toothpaste will probably be enough stickage that it can't roll over. But if you just drop it anywhere else, the balance of the brush is that it will roll over. And if for some reason it doesn't roll over, the wedge, which is part of the thing that you hold, keeps it above whatever surface it landed on. So it's $20 a year. That's it, $20 a year. The shipping and everything is included. If you have like 4 people in your family, then there are discounts for multiple. It's kind of clever.
Yeah.
And I was looking at CVS. There are all these weird toothbrushes. They're $5, $6, and $7 with bristles out the side, and then a big rubber. Yeah, it's sort of
I have always described toothbrush technology as sneakers for your mouth, because toothbrushes to me look like those like cheesy '90s sneakers with like multicolored rubber pads, and they just look dumb, just so dumb. I hate it. I just want a classic toothbrush.
Yes, exactly.
Toothbrush technology isn't new. We went from boar hair to plastic fibers. That was the biggest leap in toothbrush technology that has happened in recent history.
Yeah, and Harry said they've gone back to a 52 bristle brush, because now a lot of companies are making, and I noticed this, tiny little brush heads. So it looks sleek and it looks like it's easy to use, but it's like a third of the toothbrush you used to buy. Anyway, so I think it's an interesting idea, and you don't have to worry about remembering, because every 3 months your new package will arrive, and it starts in June. You can join the club.
Interesting.
The Toothbrush Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I might actually have to sign up for this one, because it's just a toothbrush. $20 for 4 toothbrushes. It's not bad.
And sent to you every 3 months in a neat little package, and everything. It's just $20 straight. There's no shipping or handling or.
I mean, it's
anything
smart on their part, because A, they don't have to get into any stores. B, your auto side, your that auto payment is just going to go through, and you're going to keep getting toothbrushes.
Yeah, no. I think it's a very clever idea. You're exactly right. It's like the Shave Club.
Yeah,
it's like the Shave Club, and it's cheaper if you have more people in the family. It drops down. So the toothbrushes, I'm not sure exactly what it figures out to, but it'll be less than $5 for a brush per person.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Okay. Now our third item. Now Aerogarden. Do you know that company?
I have heard of Aerogarden.
Okay, Aerogarden's been
things for your garden.
Yes, for the kit. Yeah, exactly. And I've never covered them because I've seen them a lot at the hardware show, but they were always wildly expensive. Like I recall, they were like $160 to $200. Okay, so at this event, the Aerogarden was there, and they were introducing something new called Aerogarden Harvest, which suggested retail price is $110. My guess is before long they'll finally get it to $99.99,
Right.
where it'll sound much more reasonable, and you know. The woman said, if you want to wait a week, we can go grow some plants for you. If not, they sent me a link, and in a minute and 20 seconds, this is what the new device does. Aerogarden Harvest.
The Miracle Grow Aerogarden Harvest. Grow fresh herbs, vegetables, and more year-round. It's easy to set up. Your herbs and vegetables grow naturally in pure water and air. No soil required. You can watch it sprout in days, harvest in just weeks, and enjoy fresh herbs and vegetables again and again for months. The Aerogarden Harvest comes with everything you need to start growing. The harvest will grow up to 6 plants at a time. And plants can grow up to 12 inches high with the fully adjustable lamp arm. Just select what you want to grow on the easy-to-use control panel, and the Aerogarden Harvest automatically creates the optimal conditions for your plants. The control panel tells you when to add water, plant food, and automatically turns the lights on and off. The advanced 20-watt LED lighting system delivers optimal light for plant growth and costs just pennies per day to operate. Get the Aerogarden Harvest and get growing today.
I mean, this is like the perfect thing for me because I'm always killing my plants. Always. And I always want things like, basil, mint, that sort of stuff around, but I always kill my plants. So
No,
this seems like what I need. Although that price is still, ouch, in just a normal pot and soil. I could buy tons and tons of plants.
that's true. That's
that
true.
price.
But after you kill them all, and then have to go to the store and buy for it. No, I was thinking also that if you're one of those people who would like to have some greenery in their house, because there are all kinds of pods that you can buy for it. In addition to parsley and herbs, you can just buy flowers that can grow. And what I also like is that in the dead of winter, that would be what I was thinking of for someone who hates, suffers from seasonal addictive
Depression almost like.
Yeah, it's called SAD are the initials. This is a great way to have some flowers in your house without much to do. Basically, the nutrients and everything are in the pods. Everything is automated. The only thing you add is water.
Oops.
And let's see.
And the fact that it'll tell you when you're running low on water. That's
exactly.
I keep killing my plants is because I don't check.
Exactly. So it certainly knocked the price down considerably from what I used to see at the hardware show.
Yeah, I mean this one is $244.
Oh my, yeah, you see that? That's the kind of thing that I used to see at the show. And I actually like the little $110 one. Doesn't it almost look like it's the same thing?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. This one might have a touch screen, but who cares?
Yeah, and even the one that's 159. Oh, you'd have to be careful because it turns out that both of those are the Harvest on the outsides, and one of them is 110. Aerogarden Harvest. Oh, Aerogarden Harvest Elite. So I don't know what they do to throw in another $49.
Aerogarden Bounty. This is a whole bounty of plants.
Yeah, and I was searching around on Macy's. It's like $169.
Wow.
So just remember that at the show they were saying it was as low as 110. So just shop carefully because you may be paying more than necessary if you want this. I think it's a very clever idea.
Yeah, I would really wonder what, I mean, this might be a good DIY thing, but, what would it take to pull that off without the Aero Harvest? Like, how hard is it to find an LED panel that's specifically made for plants, that has a timer, then a water pump, and a way to check
Well, you know what?
pH
You're
value?
gonna be away for 10 days. I think your mom should just build this.
There we go.
Now that she's in the biz, so to speak.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
So OMG, Mom, you want to just put that on your to-do list?
Toss that together. Make sure you have a video by Thursday.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
There you go. Check out Aerogarden Harvest. Build something like it, and try and keep it under $39.
There you go.
You get another Mad Magazine.
Nice. With that, let's head on to.
You don't need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it?
This is the last one, right?
No, next week I'll have, Thursday, this Thursday, the next episode. Will it be?
Will be a June episode, won't it?
I guess it will be. I guess you're right.
You're in big trouble. You have to poll people.
This is the end. I do. I have to poll people in like 2 days. Okay, everybody, check your patrons. Okay, so this is DIY month, the last episode of DIY month, the gadgets that you have to put together yourself. And this one, I went to Fry's. I decided I'd be, a very electronic for this one. And I picked up this little gadget. I recorded a video earlier, so let's check it out.
Hey Diggy, so we are here with the Actobotics Pee-wee robot kit. So inside of here, we should be able to make a robot that looks very similar to this. Now, before we get started, I must say, sometimes on the Giz Wiz, I feel like the bumbling parent or grandparent that tries to buy their kids something nice, but because they don't know every single detail, they get a little bit messed up. Like in the past, there was an Xbox that had like 2 gigabytes of memory, so you might think you were buying an Xbox, but really you were buying like a hobbled Xbox. Something that I didn't realize when I purchased this was that you do need a microcontroller to hi Waffles, to work with it and to program the actual robotics aspect of it. Arduino is recommended. You can use a Raspberry Pi and kind of make it into a microcontroller. And unfortunately, that I was not aware. It's kind of in the fine print of the box right there. Simply snap on a microcontroller onto the innovative multi-board mounts. And also, funny enough, on the back, this sticker, which I just pulled off as in is pieces, was right over this, which says that recommended is that you have your own microcontroller. So we're gonna go ahead and build this, but we won't be able to fully test it out. This is gonna be more of a first look. Inside are all of the pieces in a little bag. You have really everything except for a battery slot, a place to put all of your batteries, and the actual microcontroller and the coding yourself. So you have 2 motors, 2 wheels, and then a whole bunch of different pieces. The first step is to add these little feet. This is almost like, because you're only using 2 wheels, you are gonna need some treads basically to keep it from falling over, to keep it from being not very stable. So you first snap on those guys. Then you take these spacers and they are gonna go on the top. This there's kind of like a textured side, and there is another side that isn't as textured. And you snap this into here. Now, one nice thing is that you don't need any tools, you don't need any glue. Maybe you just need more muscles than I have. There we go. To snap this all together. I'm gonna continue the setup, the snapping this all together off camera, and we'll be back once it's all put together.
It only took about
so
5
we have
minutes.
the base completed with the motors going and all the wires kind of in the correct spot. This is their innovative microcontroller holder that just snaps onto the top. And for not using any glue or any type of really fasteners other than friction, this feels pretty solid, I gotta say. Twisting it doesn't really give a whole bunch. The motors feel really good inside of there. And we only have one final piece, and that is these wheels. Slap on one wheel. There we go. Slap on another wheel. And you can see what this could be used for. You would just have to come up with your own, use for this type of robot. You could take these, they each have different pins in order for you to plug into your microcontroller. And then using both motors, it would be able to move around. Using the little sled pieces right there, it would be able to work. And I gotta say, it was only $15, so you gotta keep that in mind. Although this is a little bit of a screw up on my part, that's a really, really good price for all these motors, all of these, really nicely made plastic pieces, and a really kind of solid finish for something not made with any glue at all. So there you go. If you are into your own Arduino making kit and you want a little robot to kind of test stuff out with, the Actobotics Peewee robotic kit, $15, not that expensive, and you too can have your own little handheld robot.
So unfortunately, I didn't have that Arduino, but man, this is whoops, there goes the box. This is a fantastic, fantastic foundation for an actual robot. For $15, you get everything cut. You get everything that pieces together really easily. And then you could throw a camera on it, a proximity sensor, your Arduino board, plug in these pegs into the board, and start coding. I think that is just really, really darn cool for quite a simple little thing. And I picked this up at Fry's, so this can just be found locally. You don't have to buy it online, but of course you can buy it online. It is from Servo City, is where you would find this Actobotics, and this specific robot was the Peewee. The Peewee is their smallest little robot, and Actobotics has tons of other chassis, some made out of metal, and they go up, to be pretty expensive, in fact. So yeah, that's it. Actobotics from Servo City. What do you think?
Well, being a dunce, when all I could do is roll it around the floor, I would have no idea how to hook. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
But for $15, you get 2 motors and 2 wheels. I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I'm sad that I didn't have more time to play with it, because I could, and it's so open-ended. You might have to even program in exactly how each wheel moves, program your own thing. I did try to do some research to see if there was anything plug and play that, because I have those Raspberry Pis around, but it looked like I needed a few more hardware pieces to get that to work. And this doesn't look like with the Raspberry Pi, like when I did RetroPie last week, that was double click this, drag this over here, plug this SD card in, put it back in, boot it up, then it's finished. This seemed much more like bring up your script editor and write your own script, and then, make the motors synchronized yourself, and it's much more of a in-depth project, and I'm a dunce when it comes to that. So
if you're a dunce,
yeah,
imagine the rest of us. Yeah,
I mean, it was like actual coding. I mean, it was really you got to get in there and do it all yourself. I didn't really see any I've already made the script for you, throw this script in there and change the name of it and then it will work. It wasn't that simple. It was a lot more involved.
No, when you get done building it and any instruction says, if you can think of a use or a way to use this, could you let us know so we could tell others?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. But all in all, I think it's a really, really solid piece for really inexpensive, only $15 to have a base of a robot. Really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, and that'll do it for DIY. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what next month is going to be. So make sure you check out Patreon. In fact, if you're listening to this, it's probably already too late because it's going to go up on the...
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So
you're absolutely right.
We'll look forward to what the patrons choose. With that, let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn!
All right, a gadget that is 7 years old. I do ask in the video, what the heck do you think it is? But since it's hard to stop the video, Chad, I'll ask you.
Is that it?
What do you think it is?
It says, I could see that it says Joy on it, and it has little like indents. I'm gonna. It's a base station for rechargeable marbles. I have no idea.
Well, you know what?
No idea.
You're closer than you think. Watch
no way.
this.
Okay.
Welcome to Dick's Gadget Warehouse. My favorite email from years ago was, is there anything in the Gadget Warehouse that you once talked about as being a brand new gadget? And my answer is about 95% of the stuff in the warehouse is that way. And this is one of them. What the heck is it? All right. It's from the Joy Factory. There are 12 of these little indents here. It almost looks like a tray to serve olives. But this is before wireless charging, and it was a way to try and make charging your gadgets easier. So you got this. It came with a little connector here that would plug into AC, and then you would plug that into this. All right, we had the little blue light. Then you would take it, and it came with 3 of these little dongles. And these little dongles are magnetic, okay? So you would bring it over to there, and the magnet catches it, and it starts charging your device, okay? So you take another device and bring it over there. Just bring it down. You see how the magnet catches on it, and it started charging this device.
They couldn't have made the edges like a little more flat.
Little things, because you'd have a stack of phones this high. So it's kind of old because it also comes with the
mini USB.
These are micro. These are just mini, I guess, USBs. And this is what it came as. It was the Joy Zip Touch and Go multi-charging system.
Station.
Oh, station. Okay, thank you. Multi-charging station. It was $80.
$79.99.
So the Joy Factory is still around. Let me just show you something here. Well, first of all, I can show you the Joy Factory. You can still buy it on eBay. This one, it's $18. All right, it'll come down from 80. Here's a brand new one. They also came out with the Joy Zip Mini, and that comes with the ever-popular 30-pin Apple charging station. And that one's brand new for $10. So that's how fast technology has changed in 7 years since this came out. And Joy Factory, they still make different consumer electronics, but mostly things to hold your TV and to hold microphones, but they no longer make so I get it right, the touch and go multi-charging station with low profile magnetic zip tail. Oh, that's what these guys are, the zip tails. So the thing, well, it was kind of clever. So the optic was, if you're charging your phone and your phone rings, you pick it up, yada, yada, yada. And then you just lay it down. And look at how you just kind of lay it anywhere. And the magnet picks it up. It's even though that's a little off center, it's charging this phone. Technology of the past. Just 7 years ago, more like 70 in technology terms. Dick DiBartolo, Dick's Gadget Warehouse. Bye.
It's so funny how things change, because also it's like now that would feel so stupid. Have a little string magnet thing dangling all the. Are you gonna put that in your pocket and walk away with it? Are you gonna pull it out and then set it down? Then
my guess was if you had it like on your desk and the phone rang, you didn't. Well, I guess if you have a cable, it's long enough you can answer it while it's still charging.
That's like the only use case, because it's not like you don't have to plug in the cable, because you would probably walk over, plug in the cable, and then set it down, because you wouldn't want this dangly cable thing on you all the time. That is a funky product. Funky.
Funky product from the Joy Factory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Joy is still making stuff.
Yes, they're still around. They do
stuff.
Yeah, stuff how to carry stuff. Actually, it's just different ways to mount stuff. Mm-hmm. And different ways to hold stuff.
Mm-hmm. They went into the case accessory business.
Yeah, who is not in that business?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, so Joy, that was an interesting one. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
Woohoo!
Woo, yeah. So our letter of the week is from Bradley Moore. And Bradley writes, "Hi, Dick and Chad. I love the recent episode where Chad used the Raspberry Pi to play retro games. I'm very techie, but I know there are people out there who are not. I found a couple of companies on Amazon that have packages that come with everything you would need.
That is
build
brilliant.
A small computer or retro game system. Some are amazing. The coolest is the retro game system. It comes with the Pi, the cabinet, the cases, even retro controllers. And that is, I'll tell you, that is, I'm looking at Chad with it on the screen. That is really... Look at the reviews that got.
Oh, yeah.
Almost,
tons.
Wow. 4.5 stars out of, almost 500 people. So if you saw the show last week, and Chad knows how to build all this stuff, if you don't have that kind of knowledge, this link is on gizwiz.biz. You can get the whole system with all the cabinets and the Raspberry Pi and a gaming console. It's really neat looking.
Yeah, for sure. It has it looks like that classic NES compartment.
Yes.
That looks so cool. I love it. Yeah, oh my gosh. I'm wondering if it comes with games installed on it.
Oh,
these people have games already. It uses retro Pi. This is the.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's incredible.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Now it is $80. $79.99. But
if you have nothing, you had the game controllers, you have all that stuff in your house.
Right.
But if you have
Raspberry
nothing,
Pi costs $30. Then the SD card costs $12. The controller can cost $25, and you'll need 2 of them to compete with this. You don't even have a case yet, so the case could be another $10. Yeah, you can.
And it's ready to go.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's already installed.
Yeah,
for sure.
Bradley Moore, that's great. Bradley, we have an assignment for you. Bradley, by next week, send us another letter that shows us the thing Chad showed today. We want you to find someone that uses that kit.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
This already built on Amazon.
Yeah, we need
That's
that
what we
built
need.
on Amazon.
Yeah, with the microcontroller, if you could. Thanks.
Yes, exactly. Bradley Moore, thank you so much. That was a great find. That's a great
Very
find.
good. Two things. One is that gadget is one of, the crappy corner sometimes after I record it. Nothing really happens to it anymore. I have been playing on that RetroPie system.
Oh, really?
Hours and hours. I have been having so much fun. I've been going back through Super Mario Brothers, and then I was playing like some of just all these classic games that I remember from my childhood. I'm finally at that age where I do want to go back and just play all these games. I was playing Zelda from the original Game Boy. I mean, this thing has two colors, green and dark green, is what this looks like. I was playing that for like 2 or 3 hours, loving it. There's all these sorts of things that I remember as a child that I didn't even get. Like, I wouldn't read any text. If a character said anything, I would not read it as a child. Now, being like, that owl told me where to go. I had no idea what to do at this point as a child. I just wandered around the world for days and days and days not figuring this out. This guy told me what to do the whole time.
Well, at what age do you think you suddenly have a memory of old times? Is it like 25?
No, because I've had the option. There was a MAME cabinet at the Twit Studios, and that had all the classics. Like, one of the specific ones was Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis. We didn't have many games for the Sega Genesis, and Altered Beast was one of them. Even though it was an even older game, it was originally like a MAME cabinet game. But I had no intention to pick that back up and try that out back when the MAME cabinet was installed at Twit. But now I tried to get to level 6, level 7, which is crazy hard to do in that game. I don't know what finally, clicked. That I was like, I want, I was like, why would I play these old games? There's plenty of new games that I love playing. Why do I want to play these old ones? No, it switched.
Yeah, there's something about something that you find that when you were a kid, it was just, I remember that. Yeah, it's great fun.
And it's exactly the same, except I have all the adult knowledge to, so everything is in a completely different light, completely different hue. It's really cool. So yeah, I've been playing that and I haven't slowed down. So I expect possibly even after recording this episode, I'm going to go play some more of it.
So if there's no show Thursday, you know that Chad.
Exactly. In fact,
Chad forgot.
I'm looking at which USB controllers I want to buy. Not USB, Bluetooth controllers I want to buy, because right now USB is the only thing that I have, and the controller isn't long enough to get to my couch. So I added an extra extender, and it just looks stupid. So I'm looking for a Bluetooth controller in order to pair it all up to keep it working. So yeah, I'm having a really great time with that. So this is a great letter. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, we forgot to say, you guys send in your videos for the warehouse. Please do.
Exactly. We need more videos. Okay, get one in instantly if you can. We'll use it Thursday. 2 to 3 minute video. Anything to do with a gadget. Okay. If you're shooting on a cell phone, just make sure it's horizontal plane and we can hear you. Pretty much that's it. And make the video, put it on YouTube. There's a drop-down menu. Click unlisted if you just want us and people that you send the URL to be able to see it. And send the URL to mail@gizwiz.tv. And if we use it, and we're using 99% of everything that comes in, and you live in the States, you'll get a 35-year-old Alfred E. Newman picture and a Mad magazine. If you live anywhere in the world and we use it, I'll sign an actual Alfred E. Newman 35-year-old picture, make a high-res image, and email it to you so that you will have a souvenir of the show. So do that quickly. Mail@gizwiz.tv. Anything to do with a gadget.
Do it now. Thank you so much to our patrons. You guys have supported the show for over 4 years. Well, over 3 years. Now into 4 years.
Yes, we're in year 4. Yep.
In fact, I was looking back at, I think it's May 5th was the first independent show. So
yeah, this is show 3 of year 4.
Thank you guys so much on the Patreon for being our patrons. Patreon.com/Giz Wiz is our Patreon. You can go there and support the show. It's recurring every episode. If that's not your jam, you can also donate via PayPal at gizwiz.tv on the Patreon page. Thank you guys so much for your support in all of our many episodes here on the Giz Wiz. Also, don't forget to play What the Heck Is It? Are we already 1 month in? Is that right?
Soon, yes. We're coming up to the end of May. Yes, exactly.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It is flying by.
So head on over to gizwiz.biz, click on What the Heck Is It on the side, and this is the gadget, the whole gadget, and nothing but the gadget. So get a guessing. This is pretty obvious to me. This is way back in the early days of cell phones. You still needed to apply, one of those cell phone screen protectors. But this is how you would do it with a brick phone. Okay, this is big. It's a brick phone. Applies that cell phone screen protector perfectly every time. If you think you know what gadget this is, get a guessing. There's 6 Mad magazines for correct answers, but 12 Mad magazines for funny, hilarious, clever, interesting, and not obvious answers. So get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. Gizwiz.tv is our sister site. That's where all the podcast episodes are published. You can also catch the show live. We're live just about every Thursday at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time, and the site just changes to show the live feed. Join the chat room, join the community. It'd be wonderful for you to be there, for us to have you there. That about wraps it up for this episode of The Giz Wiz. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
And I'll be here.